Hello. Remember, 18th of October will be a day put aside to talk about menopause, a natural aging process of a feminine and also the masculine. Why did I say this? Is because out of 365 days of the year, the human construct calendar of the Christian world, we've constantly started looking for ways to talk about, to address the life's aging process. From the day you are born, the moment you are born, with the loud cry of the first breath, is not because you felt terrible to be arriving here on this existence and on the planet Earth as a human species, as a human being, as a human life. But your first cry is asking for food, the cry, the I can't remember. But that's what you can capture these days with technology. The first cry is a natural cry of hunger. It's one cause of a problem. An empty stomach. When an empty stomach cries out for food, there's one problem that all species of life face, is to constantly keep a hungry stomach fed. With that, a natural process of aging will also occur in this cyclical life. Humans are no different to any other species. All species on this planet has the same cycle of life. Birth, life, feed the hungry stomach. The sexual organs are there to breed and to reproduce through old age and die and become part of this earth again. None of us have come from the sky falling down. Even if you came from the sky falling down, you're still a pigment of the creation. When I say a pigment of the creation, a cell, a zygote, formed as life, became 150 trillion adult cells, or so-called a human body. And the mind is a combination of 150 trillion cells. So, and that process, living and dying, living and dying, living and dying, a cyclical process of those cells, bacteria, microbes, viruses, just keeps going until such day that we'll go back to the earth again. But for human beings, this same process that all other creatures are going through has become a significant problem, has become a psychological problem. Why? Of all other creatures, human species are on top of the pack, and we should be the ones who should be in charge of our destiny, they call it, our karma, they call it, or our actions. But we have come up with so-called a brain No other creature is been capable of handling the brain. So we were given the opportunity to experience so-called the individual, individual capacity to be able to live a more profound, a joyful, exuberant, ecstatic, blissful life. Yet to go through the same process, birth, life, feeding the hunger, reproduction, and aging and dying has become such a problem for human beings. Why? Because we got a brain. We got to train the brain to work for us. Instead, we're training the brain to work against our own life and the lives of all other creatures and the planet as a whole today that supports us all. Why? Because we're trying to extrude life through a telescope, microscope, stethoscope, or through a laboratory, or through dissection, so-called the puny, tiny intellect that we have developed through education, so-called. Our education is driven through discriminatory mindsets. This discriminatory mind has destroyed the planet and every life to where we have got today. We're good at making things that works against our lives, and then we open up charities and organizations and raise funds to tackle the issues that we face, from climate change to Extinction Rebellion to protests to all sorts. It's just the cyclical emotions that are going through for fame and individual desires and aspirations. My videos are not watched simply because they're not become so interesting. It's not the topic of what education has driven humanity to understand. So, with that, my videos may get watched if I still continue to be able to share my thoughts about the process of life I have walked upon. I've no superhuman. I'm no special human. But I know one thing for sure. I know that my life is not being given the significance or the importance by myself to reward myself for anything. So I don't care if anybody watch my videos. I don't care if anybody support my videos or share my videos or gave me thumbs up or thumbs down or unsubscribed or told me what they thought of. It doesn't touch me. Why? Because I made sure that my head and my body does not go against me, nor any life around me, nor it becomes a burden or a hurdle or an obstacle for any life to thrive and to blossom and to fulfill its highest profoundness of joy and exuberance of life on this planet. In that, I have continued to unlearn everything I've learned from school to college to everywhere else through my travels of traveling the entire planet without having to share all of what I have gone through. But I'm sure if you follow or if you watch few of my videos of the 17 or 18,000 videos online today, the last 9 years, you may have seen what I share and what I actually point out to in my journeys. I may come across as an abrupt, may come as a a joker, maybe at least I might leave a smiling face or an illogical thought in your mind that at some point in your life you may be able to connect by undoing your logic of so-called intellect or your knowledge you acquired through your life and fit into the magic of the very phenomena of life surrounding you and supporting you in perfect geometry here on this earth, which is brief, which is fragile, which is impermanent, and which is mortal. And if you understood all of these fundamental realities of life, the existential realities of life, and the foundation that you walk upon is fragile, mortal, impermanent, and unrealistic in terms of your discriminatory or your puny intellect mind, I guarantee you, we do not have to dedicate a day just to speak about what you go through up here or in your changes of your physicality. But what is happening is a phenomena that if you distance your thought and your mind from your body and your mind, you might find that you will live a profound and a joyful and a painless experience of life without having to share or think about. Ultimately, the process of life is a reality of life. The process of psychological drama is a drama that you play out, which are not realities of life. The true realities of life is that your life is in union with your death, and aging process is a part of the life process of you being here as a human species or any life for that matter. Ultimately, whatever we do, whatever we talk, whatever we do, if it works to experience the very joyful nature of life, for sure, you will invest your mind and your body in that process that works for you. And if that works for you, surely there's an intelligence within every human species that it should also work for the other. Because that very intelligence that created you as from a zygote, from a single cell, to being who you are today, is the process of life that evolved you into a place. Once you understood your mind, you will know when to keep it down and when to put it to work, that it works for you and for the well-being and the health of everyone else. And the very fundamental faculties of life, the fundamental elements of life that supports life on this earth, you will work towards that very benefit, to see that every life flower, every life blossom, and every life thrives and live it to the highest profoundness during its brief moment here in this world and in this existence. Until such time, may I wish you a wonderful and a magical life in whichever the journey you take. Make sure your journey is of reality and not of psychological drama. and do share your life experience with me if you wish to. Thank you. The life is happening for us all. The world is spinning for us all. All you have to do is sit and experience the spin and have a wonderful life. Thank you.